Okay, so VAT, or value added tax, okay, is a tax that we pay when we buy things, okay, so goods and services such as food, fuel, clothing, okay, have this tax added onto it, and that money then goes to the government so they can spend on hospitals, police and so forth. Now, the rate of tax for VAT has changed over the years, so you can see that here. Currently it's 20%. So in 2017, the cost of a dishwasher before VAT was added was £240. Determine the price of the dishwasher inclusive of VAT. Okay, so that's not the £240 there is not the price that you were going to pay, okay, because this is the price before the VAT was added onto it. So you're not going to see this on the price tag in the shop, okay. So what we're going to do now is add the VAT on. So when it says they determine the price of the dishwasher inclusive of VAT, so that it includes the VAT. So if we start off with the £240, and then we consider then the fact that it's 2017. Now in 2017 it'll be in that sort of time scale, yeah. So the tax was 20%. Now of course 20% is easy to work out if you start off with 10%, yeah. So working out 10% of something like 240 should be straightforward for us, because we've learned, haven't we, that 10% is just dividing by 10. Okay, so if you divide 240 by 10, you get 24. Double it then to get 20%. Okay, 2 lots of 10% is what 20% is. So we just double this, and of course we double that, 48. So 20% is 48. In other words, the tax, the VAT, is £48. So the price of the dishwasher that we pay would be £240 plus the VAT, which is 48, and that comes to 288. Okay, so now in B it says in 2010. So if we look at the table up here, we can see 2010 the rate of tax was 17.5%. Okay, so it says Kai bought a new computer. The cost of the computer before VAT was added was £960. So in part 1, we've got to determine the price of the computer inclusive of that, okay, so including the VAT. So if we start off with 960 before the VAT was added, okay, now we've got to work out 17.5%, yeah, okay, because that's the value of tax in that year. Again, we start with 10%, okay? Always go for 10% because it's easy and we can build up from it. So remember, 10% is divided by 10, so that'll be 96, okay? If we divide that by 10. Now, to get to 17.5%, what we can do is work out from here what 5% is, okay? So if we halve 10%, we get 5%, yeah? Okay? And then, of course, we've got to halve 96 and we get 48. Okay, now if I put these together, of course I'll get 15%, won't I? If I add these together, that will add to 15%, but I want 17.5%. So you just got to think now, how short are we? If we've got 15%, to get to 17.5%, I need 2.5%, don't I? Another 2.5%. But if you think about it, 2.5% is half of 5%, isn't it? It's like £2.50 is half of £5. So we just got to halve again. And if I halve that again, I get 24. So adding those 3 percentage values together, okay, will give me 17.5%. Okay, so you can see there that comes to 17.5%. So if I add the units here first, I get 18, so 8 carry 1. And if I add that the 10s there, it comes to 15 plus that 1, 16. So the VAT here will be £168. Okay, so then all I've got to do then, of course, is add that onto the 960 to get the price. Okay, so if you work that out, you will get 1,128. Okay, so that's the price including VAT for the new computer. It says that 2 years later, Kai sold the computer and received 3/8 of the price that he paid in 2010. So in 2010, of course, he paid 1,128, and now when he sells it, obviously it's lost value because it's second hand. And by the way, when you sell something second hand, you don't have to pay VAT again, right? Okay, because VAT has already been paid on the computer when it was new. So he's going to sell this, okay, but he's not going to get this, isn't he? Because it's second hand, he's going to get 3/8 of it. So first of all, what I would do is I'd work out 1/8 of 1,128. And to work out 1/8, remember you just divide by 8, okay? So if we divide by 8, we'll use the bus stop method. And of course 8 doesn't go into 1, so I carry it. 8 goes into 11 once, and of course from 11, 8, there's the remainder of 3. And 8 into 32 goes 4 times, exactly, and then 8 into 8 goes once. So 1/8 of 1128 is 141, but I want 3/8, don't I? So if that's like one part, to get 3 parts, I've just got to now times that by 3, okay? So we'll multiply it, or you can add 141 together 3 times. So 1 times 3 is 3, 4 times 3 is 12, so 2 carry 1, and 1 times 3 is 3, plus the 1 we carried is 4. So 3/8 of 1,128 is 423, and that's what he'll receive when he sold the computer 2 years later.